Good morning, I'm Fabiana Dionigi. I teach children from 3 to 5 years old, and until now I didn't have contact with interactive books, beside having heard colleagues from primary school talk about them. I didn't know ABIbooks, and I think interactive books are useful to let children express autonomy, promote their creativity and their use of problem solving. While with paper books, readers are passive in reading stories, with interactive books, they become writers themselves in choosing the plot. The children can also learn mathematics concepts, for example, having to make choices to get to the solution of the problem. In kindergarten, using interactive books would be useful to promote and support linguistic and logical mathematical competencies. Surely the children would need to be helped with the interpretation of images and situations proposed through examples inherent to their reality and their life. Some children know about ebooks because they talked about them in class, but I haven't been contacted by any parents. Goodbye.
What age children do you work with? I work with children starting from the age of 7 till 14, 15, so from 1st to 8th grade. When and what was your first contact with interactive books? My first contact with interactive books was many years ago when I discovered DK and Encarta and other types of interactive material on the internet. And since then, I've seen many interactive books. Have you already been introduced to books from our library as part of the ABIbook project? If so, have you used them in your classes? Yes, I have been introduced to books from the library of ABIbook project. I have used them in my classes, usually with smaller second or third graders, and they were great. Can you tell us about your experience with using ebooks in your class? Well, I've generally used them on a video projector, and I've asked the students to interact with the story, ask questions about the story, solve various mysteries or problems regarding the story. Um, I've tried to make the class as entertaining as I could, starting from that original material. It has been very useful and the students loved it. Why do you think interactive books could be useful in your teaching practice? Well, because it makes children uh, feel they're more connected, more in tune with modern day technology, which they're already full of, and they live in that world. And it seems like for them, this is a way in which the teachers connect more to their world. So present them an interactive book, put it on a smart board, they're just gonna go, wow, this is really cool. And they'll try to stay more connected to the class. It's sort of manipulative, but in the end, we gotta meet somewhere down the line. Which competences and skills do you think can be most supported by interactive books? I think in principle it's the vocabulary part when teaching English, because I'm an English teacher. And I think the use of interaction with words and pictures helps establish a better vocabulary and trains their vocabulary more. Of course, there are other integrated skills in it, but I would say that vocabulary and afterwards, starting from that story, speaking about the text, these are probably the main skills that are being supported. What do you do to help children understand the story? Well, often I let children, meaning the students, help each other in trying to figure out what the story means. And usually, if it's a harder story, like it's a class process, so all children get involved. Some help with words, just one may know one word that nobody else does. In the end, it's always helpful to make use of whatever resources we have available, from dictionaries to just um, us helping each other, to discussing vocabulary afterwards, or emphasizing points that they need to get straight. So it's always a fun and interactive process. How do you help them interpret pictures and situations? Well, it's usually I allow them to fantasize. So whenever I see a photograph, whenever I see a picture, anything that can stir the imagination, I let them run wild with their imagination, and then slowly but surely guide them towards a more clear and straight understanding of what's there on the smartboard. Do the children help each other? Do they work together? Yes, as I was saying, this is something I always do when using interactive books. I make it a group project or an entire class project or a pair project, but they always work and help each other together. Are you aware if children use ebooks outside of school? Well, I'm not aware if they use them. I'm only aware of the results of them using, because sometimes I give them homework, like read this online story, read this interactive short piece. And of course, there are interactive stories with video support, which some of them I actually make myself, some of them I find on the internet. And of course, we can always check if they've read the story or if they use that interactive book or not. And that is through homework. So yes, though I do not have contact with parents about the use of ebooks, I know they allow them to do these things on a tablet, for instance, or on their laptop. I usually recommend a tablet, or especially a laptop or a desktop with a display, rather than a phone. I would rather have them not interact with these stories on the phone. I think this is about it. Thank you.
Hello, I am a teacher in first and second years in primary school. My pupils are from 6 and 7 years old. My first contact with interactive books was during COVID period with all these groups of pupils. I knew ABIbooks from Erasmus project starting in 20 and 21. I use ABIbooks during May 20 and 23, the last period of my first class. My experience with using ebooks in my classroom was very interesting, because interactive books help children learn reading by doing and by playing. They give to children the possibility to increase their chronological process and their imagination. Like printed books, e-books help children in language learning and developing social and listening and thinking skills. They could be also a different and fun way for children to enjoy reading, experience stories and information. We use ebooks in our kindergarten and primary schools. Using ebooks, our children help each other and they work together. For this reason, are very important in peer education. Our children are using ebooks outside school and we have frequently contact with their parents.
Hello, I'm a teacher in a primary school in Italy and with pupils of the first and second years of the primary school from 6 to 7 years old. My first contact with ABIbooks was in 2021 when my school began a partner in an Erasmus project. I used ABIbook in the last school period in May 2023 with the pupils of my first class. Now I'm using them in my second class. In my teaching experience, interactive books are useful because they are a different and fun way for children to enjoy reading. Illustration, animation and games help children understand and recall stories details. In a book, music helps pupils understand characters and plot development. In ebooks, a dictionary and narration help children learn new words and extend their vocabulary. Ebooks are portable and lightweight, making it easy to carry around. They also be downloaded and stored for later use. They are accessible everywhere, they can be updated anytime, and the contents are shareable. They augmented the reality experience, and they are easy to use. Ebooks are important resources to help children build their own knowledge. They learn to children how solving easy problems in everyday situations and work independently. ABIbooks develop pupils' logical and deductive skills, space organization, and help children learning by doing. We use ABIbooks in our kindergarten and primary schools. Using ebooks, our pupils work together and help each other. For this reason, ebooks increase their social skills and the peer education. Children of our school using ebooks outside too, and we have frequently feedbacks by their parents.
Hello, I am Ovidiu Dorobanțu, a Romanian teacher for primary school, and this year I have implemented the project called ABIbooks to my classroom. The benefits of using ABIbooks are these ones. We can talk about increased accessibility, so this means the ABIbooks are easily accessible via devices and they are making the reading more engaging and fun. ABIbooks can be downloaded easily and read instantly, so we will eliminate the need to wait for the delivery of a physical book. Then, instead of carrying the physical books in the backpacks, we have access instantly to ABIbooks on our devices. My kids are enjoying the ABIbooks and they are asking me for more and more books in this style, and everyone is so happy and eager to discover and read more. Thank you for this amazing project.